In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can play rhythm by ear in minutes, and if you watch until the end, I'm going to give you a resource on how to learn hundreds of pop songs in a short period of time. So I'm going to go over a simple example of how to understand basic rhythms, and we're going to go over some ear training exercises to get you in the door. So for those of you guys, and this is great again for songwriters and producers who need to get an understanding of how theory actually works. So for those who may not know, rhythm basically is broken up into as far as sheet music goes. And this isn't really about sheet music. It's really about getting an understanding of hearing the difference between different lengths of notes and using the sheet music notes as a reference point. So let's go over, first of all, what are some basic rhythm notes that you have to understand and how they are counted. Here's the idea. Now, when it comes to music, do you have an understanding of how the song goes in terms of rhythm? So let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So a lot of us have an idea when we listen to a song, we may not be able to understand theoretically how it's broken down, but we have an understanding of how the song goes rhythmically, right? There's a beat one, there's a downbeat. We kind of know where the rhythm starts and where it ends, so on and so forth. So we have to understand how that works in order for us to be able to break down rhythms by ear. So the first thing we have to understand, and there's different names for this particular concept. This is called, if you're looking at sheet music and we see these lines here, so we have staff, right? 3, 4, 5, and then we have these lines that break the staff up this way. This here is called a measure or a bar. So a measure or a bar basically breaks the song up into groups of beats. So if I were to count a 4-beat bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is the length of the entire bar. So if I were to count 1, 2, 3, 4, I've completed one bar. And then all that's going to happen is if I count 1, 2, 3, 4 again, I've counted another bar. So basically the way it works, and I'm just going to look a little janky here. So pretend that these are 2 bars here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's kind of how it works. If it's a 3-beat bar, you're only going to hear 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's pretty much the basics of how rhythm works. And so now we have to understand how the rhythm notes work. So let's go ahead and break that down really quickly. You might have seen this guy here where you have a filled in circle and a stem. Whenever you see this guy, he is called the quarter note. And a quarter note is going to be given 1 beat. So what does that sound like when we are talking about measures and bars? If we were to fill up a 4-beat bar with nothing but quarter notes, we would have 4 quarter notes, like so. And then we would have, I'm trying to see if I can get this thing to brighten up just a little bit so you guys can see it. All right, so this would be, the quarter note would take up beat 1, this one would take up beat 2, this one would take up beat 3, this one would take up beat 4. How that would sound is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Another note that you would have to understand in order for us to be able to do this exercise here is going to be another note that looks like this. Is going to have an open circle and a stem. So it's not going to be filled in, it's going to be open. This one is called the half note. If you see this, that means that that particular note is 2 beats long. Here's how that would look if we were to fill a 4-beat bar with half notes. We'd only be able to fill it up with 2 because the first half note would take up beats 1 and 2. The second half note would take up beats 3 and 4. Here's how that would sound. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, This is really about understanding how each of these sound before we go into rhythm by ear. The final one that we're going to go over today is going to be an open. That is a horrible circle right there. Let's try again. It's going to be the full circle. So it's going to be an open circle with no stem. Whenever you see that note, that is going to be what is called a whole note. The whole note is going to be a total of 4 beats long. So it's going to be the longest one out of the whole bunch here. If you were to fill a 4-beat bar with a whole note, it would just be that one whole note because it takes up all 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's how that would sound. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's one thing I do want to address because this does come up as a question with my students. You may want to wonder, or you may wonder, if the rhythm and tempo are the same thing. They're not the same thing. I could play quarter notes, half notes, whole notes in the same tempo. So let's say the tempo is this. Bum, 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 bum. I could do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything that I just played is in the same tempo or in the same speed. Now, if I wanted to take, let's say, the quarter notes and change the tempo, let's say the original tempo might be what I just did. 1, 2, 3, 4. What if I wanted to go faster? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same quarter notes, I just sped them up just a little bit. That is an example of changing tempo, but it's still the same quarter notes. So in case you had that question, I wanted to just clear that part up a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over some exercises, but before I do want to bring to your attention that I do have a free piano in 3 steps video for songwriters and producers who want to go from beginner to playing melodies and chords with the piano. That 3-step video is free. You get to learn your first 7 chords to be able to use for your next songs or beats. That link is in the description box to sign up for that free video. So now let's go over some ear training examples or ear training exercises, right? So now that we have an understanding of how quarter notes, half notes, whole notes sound, we're going to do, let's say, 2 bars worth of exercises. So I'm going to show you here. We'll start with quarter notes. Here, here. We'll start easy. Here, here. So what we'll do is I'll show you first some of these notes, and then we'll do some exercises where I won't show the notes first. You have to listen for what the notes are, and then we'll go over together what the actual notes are. So I'm going to mix this up. So as you can see, I have a mixture of quarter notes, half notes, and quarter notes. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this half note would take up beats 1 and 2, and then 3, and then 4. Let me rewrite that 3 again. Let me see here. 3, 4. So here's how this would sound if we were to go, if I'm going to count in 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how that would sound if you were to play these, as they were written here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch them around just to make things fun here. I'm going to switch this over here, and I'm going to switch these guys over here. So how would that sound? This would sound like this if I were to count in 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how this would sound. So now I'm going to go over 2 exercises here where we will not show the exercises or not show the rhythm notes. Now I want you to listen very carefully to what rhythm notes I play, and then you have to figure out what rhythm notes I'm playing. So we'll do 2 measures. I'll make it super easy for you. So here's the first one. I'm going to count 4 beats in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you have to go over this a couple of times to get it right, that's perfectly fine. But the answer is, what I played was 4 quarter notes for the first bar / measure, right? And then that final one, I made a whole note. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you got that right, you have a pretty good ear. If you didn't get it right, feel free to go back and listen to it a few more times and familiarize yourself with it a little bit more. I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to mix this. I'm going to make it a little bit harder, so I want you to listen very, very closely. All right? So here we're going to count in 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to see if you guys got it. And the answer is I played 2 half notes. And then for the next measure, I did 2 quarter notes and 1 half note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, if you got that right, if you didn't get it right, feel free to go back and take a listen again a few times. This is one of those ear training exercises that do take a little bit of time. So don't beat yourself up if you didn't get it the first time or second time around. This is why it's called ear training. I did mention I was going to give you guys a tool at the end of the video. I have another video where I break down 4 easy pop chords that are found in hundreds of pop songs. I'm going to provide that video either at the top left or top right corner. You should see it pop up. And if you like this video, it will really help the channel to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bar, the bell, and then bar. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. So thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.